Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like Minecraft vs Terraria is a lot like sports. Playing Terraria is like basketball. You've got your 5 main positions or classes. Your point guard or summoner, whose role is to take charge and lead everyone while mostly focusing on dodging the enemy. Your shooting guard or ranger, who's a massive damage dealer but doesn't typically like getting up close and personal with the defense. Your small forward or mage, who's got solid mobility and strength and can really do anything, but can sometimes be a crybaby. Your power forward or melee, who is stronger and larger than a small forward but has more risk due to being less mobile and being up close to the defense. And last but not least, your center or throwing class. It's the most boring to watch and easily gets overshadowed by the other 4 classes. It also takes a very specific person to play it, which is why nobody really wants to be stuck playing center. That's Terraria. Now, Minecraft, on the other hand, is like disc golf. It's much more chill and laid back. You don't need an entire team to play. It's just something you can do on your own time. You've got one main character with a few weapon and armor choices and a trusty pickaxe. Minecraft is a community game, however. It's much more enjoyable with a group of friends. But so is Terraria. And also like Terraria, they're both open world action adventure sandbox games. So what's the difference between the two? In both you can mine, you can craft, you can build, there's bosses you can fight. So is the only difference that one is 2D and the other is 3D? Well, not exactly. Because in Terraria, the whole point of the game is to get stronger in order to be able to defeat more powerful bosses. You can't just mine for a few resources, build a few NPC houses, then take on the Moon Lord. I mean, you can try, but it most likely won't work. What? Terraria is designed for you to craft and explore, yes, but its main purpose is for you to slowly get stronger and stronger in order to be able to defeat the final boss. Let's say your team is getting ready to fight the Wall of Flesh. So your point guard is summoning all of his minions, your power forward is buffing up, but your shooting guard is out chopping down trees. Now all of a sudden, this boss fight is going to be much more difficult because your main damage dealer isn't down there helping you out. It's like you're bringing the ball up the court. Everything's looking good until you look right and see your 7'3" friend standing out of the 3-point line. This messes everything up because your go-to man in the paint is out in the middle of nowhere. Now in Minecraft, there are bosses you can fight, yes, but unlike Terraria, that's not the whole point of the game. The point is to explore, to craft, to build. But of course, most people just rush to fight the Ender Dragon. So in that case, you're a one-man army. You don't have to rely on your center to take aggro as you chuck up some Hail Mary 3 from 10 feet behind the arc. How well the fight goes is fully determined by your performance and how good you can handle on your own. A lot like how you can throw a drive off the T-pad, use your mid-range to approach the basket, then whip out your putter to finish it off. That whole round didn't require any sort of backup, just your own raw ability to play the game. Which means if you're playing with 2 other people and you die, that's 100% on you. You can't blame your caddy because you threw a bad shot off the tee. That was your own fault for sucking. Now if we were to get much more in depth into the combat system, you'd realize that Minecraft is very simple. A lot like Skyrim actually. You swing, you block, you swing, you block, you swing, you block. Or you just be a stealth archer and snipe the enemy from a distance. But in Terraria, you have spells, you have swords, you have guns, you have swords that are guns, and much, much more. Now, while taking these aspects at face value, you may think Minecraft seems pretty lame compared to Terraria, but that's just not true at all. Terraria is a game about keeping you on your toes the whole time. In an instant, you can go from peacefully mining ore to having a boulder fall on your head. Similarly, you can pass the ball so you don't have to do anything, then out of nowhere, get dunked on. Like, there was no way of avoiding that. Minecraft, on the other hand, is a much more chill and laid back game. You're not constantly in fear of some random creature killing you. You can simply just sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and play the dang game. Just like how you can throw once, then spend the next few minutes taking in the beautiful scenery as you walk to your disc for the next throw. Now, putting the combat system to the side, there are many more differences between the two games. One being your character not losing inventory on death in Terraria. Sure, the option is there by choosing to play on medium core, but let's be real, nobody does that, because dying in Terraria is supposed to happen many times. Imagine you miss a shot and all of a sudden you're down by 20. That's just not how it works. It takes missing that same shot over and over and over again to actually affect the game. While in Minecraft, the game isn't designed for you to die over and over again, which is why losing everything on death is okay. This feature actually improves the game drastically. Because if every time you died you just got to respawn and try again, there would be no reason to take precautionary measures at all. You could just look around at the nether until you find a fortress, then once you got everything from there, just jump into lava and you're good, because you'd still have everything you need. It defeats the purpose of a survival game if surviving is optional. Like imagine you're walking up to throw your first shot and you hit the first tree there is. If you could just rethrow, there's no point in practicing and improving because you could just throw until you get a shot you're satisfied with. Another distinct difference is the ability to go into as many new worlds as you want in Terraria with the same character. Minecraft doesn't do this because everything you could ever need is in the world you're already in, whereas Terraria has so many unique items that they can't all possibly put into one world without the size being too big and unenjoyable. There are also bosses like the Brain of Cthulhu and Eater of Worlds that can't live together. They have their own separate biomes and structures which require a separate world. But this segues us perfectly into the next major difference. Terraria is 2D, whereas Minecraft is 3D. I think we all know this. But that is why Minecraft can easily have an infinite world generation unlike Terraria. In Minecraft, you can walk whichever direction you want and you'll always find something new if you walk long enough. And once you find a place that looks cool, you build your house. But let's say Terraria had an infinite world. Imagine you're walking for 30 minutes in one direction just to realize that you left all your recall potions at the base. Yeah, that would suck. Because you can't just build your home 30 minutes away from spawn because when you die, you now have to walk 30,000 blocks in one direction. Which isn't easy in Terraria since there are biomes that aren't even safe during the day. The same way it's not safe to stand under the rim when Prime Fluke has the ball in the paint. Dum dum! Now, creativity is a massive thing in both Minecraft and Terraria. You can be pretty creative in Terraria, like how you want to build your NPC houses or what classes you want to choose. But if you were to go up to your coach and tell them that you wanted to play power forward today, he would look at you and say, "Have you forgotten that you are cursed with only being 6'2"? Well, how about small forward? You're still only 6'2". Well, what about 6'2"? Go get some shots up! You can't just explore and build in Terraria and say it's the best game of all time. There needs to be some amount of progress to make the game enjoyable. Whereas in Minecraft, you can literally just make a world to build and explore. You don't need to defeat the Ender Dragon, much less the Wither, in order to enjoy the game. Most of the glory comes from creating a build that you can be proud of when you come home, after an hour long in the mines. When Mojang released Minecraft, it was basically like giving some random kid a bunch of discs and telling him, you can do whatever you want with them. You can go play a round of disc golf, even if that's just simply playing in your backyard, using trees as baskets. Or you can throw the discs at your sister if you want, all of those things being just as entertaining as the other. But basketball, on the other hand, requires a basket to play. You can't just use the trees in your backyard unless you slap a basket on that tree. Sure, you can just dribble around, but let's be real, you're not Steph Curry. And you also can't just throw a sister at your basketball. Or what? You also can't throw a basketball at your sister. I mean, you could, but you might give her a concussion. Now, of course, the community plays a huge role on both of these games and how they're still so popular 15 years later. From mods that make the game 100 times harder to maps that make the game feel like a totally different game altogether. As long as people like me and you are around, I truly don't believe either of these games will ever completely die out. Now, I would say I am currently playing more Terraria at this point in time, but it really just depends on the day. Like, if I'm amped up because I just had an hour-and-a-half long dunk session with the boys, I'm most likely gonna play Terraria because of its fast-paced, chaotic gameplay. But let's say I just got home from a long day of work. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? That's right, hop on some friggin' Minecraft. So in conclusion, the better of the two games is the one that you're currently in the mood for. Just kidding! Terraria sucks! Minecraft sucks! Everything sucks!